Sorry, Mrs. Ma'am, I'll just be, going with you know, and, love you. Oh, man. Sorry about the wait. I just wanted to make sure that my room was all square and tidy and what for before you were expected to be inside, and, well, it's a big room, so it took a little while. I hope my mom wasn't too much for you. She has this kind of way of being a lot for a lot of people, or maybe it's just that I'm never close to being enough. That's a joke. Just a little joke. Don't go tell me that I'm lacking a sense of humor too, or else at this point I'll be nothing but lack. But I guess you can't spell slacker without lack, so... Another joke! Come on, I'll swear, I'll crack you with something. You just got me on a downbeat, that's all. Icarus had to start off on the ground before he was ever in the sky, after all. None of us get anything if we don't dare to try. We learn to take risks, so we can survive. Maybe not every risk pays its due dividends, but she's in corporate. She should get that. Hazel Mayberry isn't even that cute. I mean, it's not like I'm not, well, I'm certainly not ugly, to say at least. I know I'm not. Maybe it's because I couldn't get a date. I mean, you know I could if I wanted to, but I swear she was only nominated because she had to go to the emergency room a week before the submissions for prom queen candidates opened up. If I had known that was going to happen, I would have never told my mama that I entered. But because I did know, oh, I voted for her too. It really was so unfortunate for her, you know? She deserves something good to happen to her, just for once, and at the end of the day, I still get to go home to a skyscraper, you know? If Mama knew I was willing to sabotage myself, even for something like that, gosh, I just can't help but wonder what she'd think. She only really knows that I lost. I never even told her why. I wonder who she must have had to ignore in order for her to get her way. Heavy is the head. Sorry. Listen to me go off like that. You probably don't want to hear all that. I'm just, you know, piping up again. That's what my mama calls it when I get too whiny. Funny, right? Okay, I have to ask, but what did you and Mama talk about while I wasn't in the room? I know it's not my business to ask, but Mama's always been a little strict with me, a little harsh, and if you're associating with me, then it only figures that you wouldn't be safe from her either. Just one more hide for her to tan at the end of the day, right? I just hope she didn't say anything too cruel, you know? She's always kept pretty firm with me, but that's just my kind of burden, is it not? I just wanted to make sure you're okay. Oh, she offered you a job. That's great. Seriously, that's awesome. Guess we're gonna be seeing each other a whole lot more often now, huh? I mean, I'll just be a simple elevator ride away, though I don't know if interns are really allowed to scurry around all that much on the clock, and best friend status is only really so good of a security pass, especially when you're working with so many government contracts with so many potentially compromisable documents, you know, but seriously, great. What department did she stick you in? Experimental tech or secretary? Oh, secretary. That's cool. That's cool. That's really cool. Amazing, even. You just got to. Wow. Congrats, really. Secretary. Secretary. Guess you won't be needing that best friend security pass, huh? You'll just be up there anyways. That's cool. If anything, that'll just give us more time to hang out, and even not in little, like, crappy ways, like, oh, I need you to tutor me, or secretary. I'm happy for you, buddy. Really, truly, so happy. When do you start? She gave you time to consider it. Huh. Wow, that's nice of her. Nice of her to be so considerate, even. Real sweet of her. How would you feel about considering something else? It's nothing serious. I've been considering asking you for a while, but there's never seemed to be a good time, and now that time is slipping away from me, so I figure I might as well get your official answer on the subject, and, well, then we can be done with it, and I'll know your answer, and that'll be cool. Remember how I said I could have gotten a date for prom if I really, really wanted to? And remember how I didn't, and I ended up going with you, so we just so happened to go to prom together, and we arrived in a limo together, and had a good time, even though I lost prom queen to Hazel Mayberry, who could be dead with a single sneeze, and then I took you to a fancy steakhouse afterwards, and then we watched the stars together in the parking lot, and it was just a magical evening. Do you remember that? It was a good time, right? Well, that's because it was a date. Anybody who looked at us would assume that we were dating. People who knew us, people who didn't, your parents did. Basically, everyone who could take the 60 seconds to spare a glance had us thought we were some hopelessly lovesick little things. But that was just one date. One date and dating are similar but not the same, as both you and I know. I just wanted to ask if you'd like to turn that one date and turn it into dating. That's all. Besides, I think the idea of us together would shoot her through the roof. Okay, so yes, I want to pull one over on her. I just can't hide it. Especially not from you. I know, it's petty and prom was ages ago, but you gotta understand, the window on this bid is closing. Mama would hit the roof if I tried to pull this on her after you were hired. I mean, she's already gonna hit the roof, but she might even try to blame you for it, which is not my intention here, let me tell you, but 'tis the nature of hoof and lap. But if we were dating beforehand, what's she gonna do? Look, all my life, Mama my mom. I've been nothing more than a failure to her. And I know it. I'd be dense not to see how she looks at me. It's not bad enough that it's with such contempt, but with such apathy? It kills me. Kills me dead, I tell ya. And the worst part is, I've never been able to prove her wrong. I've never been able to prove to her that I'm the winner that she's always wanted. The kind of person who doesn't just know what she wants, but gets what she wants. The kind of person who succeeds. There's always been something in the way. Someone who's more deserving than I. Someone who's stronger, braver, better. Even someone who's worse in every way can still be better than me. To her. For all my mama knows, this is me chasing after what I want, with both feet flat against the dirt, grabbing at all that I desire with 2 hands. She wouldn't fault me that. That's not to say she's not gonna be pissed. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think it would upset her, of course, but if you're getting a job thanks to your connections to me, then I'm getting a spine.